welcome to another episode here on the Minecraft Let's Play. Today we're starting off as usual inside of our base, and I just want to remind you guys of what we did last time, because we did this flower farm so I could get the dyes for our future end hub. Now then, we need to go on with the list of farms, and we're going to tackle two of them today. We're going to tackle a Ghast farm and a blaze farm, and both of them I have already gathered up items for. I've already gathered up items for a third farm as well, but I can't fit three of them inside of the episode, so two will do. So I'm going to take both of these items, and we're going to have to go to the nether because you can't find any ghasts inside of the overworld. Okay, so location has been made. As you can see in the background there, we have the gold farm and also some part of, I think it's the Froglight farms, or maybe the magma cube farm, and some of them are at least, and our main hub over there. I had to find myself a soul sand valley, of course, because that's where ghasts are the most frequent. And if you are pretty familiar with some Minecraft tutorials and everything, this one is pretty simple. And I have started up making the frames for some nether portals here where we're going to get ghasts to spawn. And once again, it's not my own design this time. I have watched Shulkercraft, like many other farms on this. Yeah, I think a lot of them are actually Shulkercraft. So if you want to check out the tutorial for this type of farm, I'm going to put their link to their video in the description if you want to follow along that as well. I'm going to have to continue on. I'm going to make, I think it was 7 or something in total of these ones, and then we're going to also stack some on top. So it's going to take a little while to place all this obsidian. And we're going to go over to the other me that are in another place in the nether looking for some blaze spawners, I think. Welcome to another fortress and our blaze spawner, and where we're going to build our blaze farm. And yeah, we are in a different nether fortress than I have shown before, where I've gone and explored and everything. I think I've shown it at least. Well, we are a little bit further away because the nether fortress that I had closest to me, it was not very good, because I wanted to make this blaze spawn or around this where we can actually dig out the blaze spawner instead of using to have to build it up, because then we would have to fight ghasts and everything to try and make our stuff not blow up or anything like that. And also it's just the blazes we need to worry about here. That's why I have all of these sort of pathways that goes here, so I can't be bothered with all of the other mobs that are inside of nether fortresses. I have just built the upper floor of this farm, and I have to show you a little bit of how it's done. So I'm going to use my FreeCam mod, and we're going to go inside of our blaze farm here, where our blazes are going to spawn in the future. Right now we have this floor here that's going to be removed, because after that we're going to have blazes spawning. But until we are done with the farm and everything is in place, I don't fancy getting hit by these guys, either by fire or by them actually hitting me. So for right now we only have this room to be in here. And then after that we're going to have to make some stuff. So first I need to locate where our spawner is. There it is, so we make it there. Good. And then I have to take a block. We can take this one because I had the crimson planks on me, just to make a distinguish that we know that there is where our blaze spawner is, so I know from what point I need to work on. Like I said before, I was going to actually post videos and everything inside of here, or inside the video where I got these farms from. But this farm I made before in my actual first world, the first season of Minecraft. And I think I didn't show it on camera. I actually made this before I started YouTube. So I have tried to find the same tutorial that I used then and was going to use now, but I didn't manage that. So I decided to just check up on the old farm instead in the old world, because I have that left, and then decided to just follow along and do the same thing I did over there. So here we're going to have to build out a little bit and make everything work. So I'm going to make a little bit of progress, and we'll see each other after I've dug out the place that we need for this first layer. Okay, so some preparations has been done, and I will try and explain what I'm doing right now. We are in the middle of the process here. So to give you a little bit of a recap, we have the floor, or the roof here is the floor of our blaze spawner box thingy that protects us. You can hear all of the blazes just up above there. I can't talk today at all, like usual then. So what I've done is that I prepared this area just a little bit and try and make it nice as well, so all of this netherrack and all of the nether bricks are going to go. But right now I'm using them so I know where I've been and what I need to remove. So to explain what this is, we are going to funnel all of our blazes down into that spot there where we're going to stand and kill all of our blazes, of course. So how to do that? We need sticky pistons and we need some redstone, and we're going to push them away. So to begin with here, I need to start by just placing, not that, we need to make it so we make it every second of each one of these, so we have repeater, redstone dust and everything. Then when we place in the future, we're going to place pressure plates here. When a blaze, or for example me in this case, lands on top of this, the pistons are going to push out because the redstone signal of course goes into there. And when that happens, we're going to get pushed down into the next layer. When that happens, we have the same configuration here that's going to push places down again and once more, and then they are down there below. And of course they spawn up there, float down, gets pushed over, and everything repeats. So that's what I am doing right now, and I just want to show a little bit of what's happening. So I just have to think a little bit so I don't try and make this sort of in a bad shape. And I think, yeah, of course, we need to make our pistons here, I believe. That should be the right, and then we're going to make this a little bit prettier, so we're going to take away these blocks. We're also going to take away these ones and put our blackstone blocks inside of there. We're going to put the smooth basalt in here. And now we're going to see if I have done this correctly. So back to having redstone dust and repeaters, doing the same thing over again. And that looks to be the same, I think. Yes. Now we can remove this, and with that I need my polished basalt. And then I will need some temporary blocks and put this in here and that one there and that one there. Good. And what to do about the blocks pushing us out? Well, I'm going to use the polished basalt there as well and just put these here because I think they look a little bit like target blocks or something, so they are going to push it out around. I think that looks pretty nice. Also because I wanted to use a lot of the nether materials because that looks great, but I didn't want to use the red ones. So we have blackstone, we have basalt, and yeah, that's it, I think. The only thing that I'm not going to use is for the pressure plates, because I don't want to use black pressure plates. I think it looks nicer with the stone pressure plates because then it matches this. So with that we're going to remove this ledge as well and put in blackstone and then repeat the process again. And of course back there, and then I'm just going to use the same thing over and over again once we're down there. Just to explain, of course, why we haven't put one block here. Well, if you know how pistons work, they are going to push blocks out in these sort of spots, and when that happens, they could push all of the blocks in a hit each other. So that's why we have this here. So this block is going to push out, so the blazes gets on this pressure plate, push and gets pushed out here. So that's how that works. So I needed to explain it just a little bit so you guys can understand why it has this very particular shape and everything like that. Then we need repeaters again, and not doing that, we need to make it every other there, and then we take some basalt and try and not go over the ledge. Don't want to use more end poles than needed. There, and then we put this in to indicate that that is finished. And yeah, this is going to take a little while, and I'm going to go down, and I probably will do some sort of killing chamber down there to show you guys. So I think I'm going to go over and push you over to the Ghast farm again, and we'll see how progress has been made over there. Over here at the Ghast farm we have a lot of progress made, and like I said before, I did put in 7 more portals after the ones I have built, so we have 8 in total around here. I've also put in some what I assume are spawning spots here where Ghast can spawn, and also 1 more row on top, and we need now to just extend this a bit. So we're going to do the same thing as we have done here on top of there. So the bottom place of our obsidian portals are going to be the bottom ones on the next layer. So I'm going to fly up there and probably show this in a form of a time lapse. Okay, so our portals are finished, and what I did after the time lapse was just to put in some slabs to spawn-proof the farm a little bit, so we only are getting Ghasts in the future inside of here, or something like that, I think at least. Now, what we have left is to begin with kill this skeleton. And then after that, we're actually going to go over on the overworld side and start on making killing platforms and portals, because these portals need to go somewhere. So I need to do that first, and we'll see each other on the other side. We're now on the other side in the overworld, where I've just finished our killing chamber and everything on this side, and just ignore the big mansion burning in the background. It's not the focus of this thing. So to show you guys what has happened, because we only have a roof of hoppers right now and some chests, I'm going to use the free cam mod once more, because we need to actually show you guys what's happened without actually risking our lives in these wither roses. So what we have here is a portal. It's on the same coordinates as our middle in the nether, and then we have wither roses on top of soul sand, and of course we have hoppers underneath everything here. We also have 2 chickens down into a boat here just to push the Ghasts out, and then we have a layer around with a glass box which is going to keep the Ghasts inside of here, and they're of course going to get killed by the wither roses. But we have one more thing to do before we are actually finished, and that thing is to actually go back into our nether and build an AFK platform, and then look how the farm is producing and if it's working. So I haven't built anything wrong, even though I don't think that you could do much wrong with this. It's very simple to build. Okay, so back here, and I think we're going to need some sort of block somewhere. I just need to find around where I need to go. So yeah, nothing there. We need, yeah, I need my scaffolding box. That's what I'm after. So here, and we get some scaffolding, and I get out a little bit more if we need to. Then we need to go into the middle part here, and we need to go in on the second floor here, and I think, are we in the middle now? Just have to check. We are 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes, we are. Middle here, and then I just have to count once more. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the 11th. And then we need to go up to another different spot. We need to go up to around 254 according to the tutorial that I'm following along. So we're going to put in some more scaffolding. Maybe I need to check out if I need more scaffolding or if we are good enough with just this stack. And of course we're going to take out our coordinates just in a moment, but I think I'm going to check after we have reached the top over here. Need to go there first. There we have it. We'll see if we are even close or not. And we are 188 or 189, so we need to go a little bit further. I think I'm going to keep that just a bit because it's a little bit easier to actually notice when you have gone the right amount of blocks. If we can just check it here. So 254, it's around 20 blocks more right now. See if my scaffolding is enough here. Yeah, we are. So we're standing on that now, and we're going to go up one more there. Now we are on our AFK spot, and I'm just going to take and within this thing because, as you know, I'm really bad at trying to land on these things, so a little bit of a bigger platform is okay. And with that, this farm is finished, and we can once more make use of our free cam. I've used it a lot in this episode, and we'll see if I can see if we see any ghasts inside of here, or if they are transported right away. I think they are. Yeah, I think they are, or if they are not spawning for some reason. I don't know what that would be. But yeah, we've been standing here, and we can take a look and just see if anything has been produced in that short amount of time. If it hasn't, I don't know what has gone wrong. Okay, back here on the beach, and then we need to fly out here. And go back to our platform. Everything seems to be okay. And yeah, we have gas tiers and gunpowder, that's okay. So we know that the farm is working. I, of course, need to actually make the platform a little bit nicer. Just now it's just a hopscotch of all of the dirt and everything. But right now we know that the farm is working. So, gas farm complete, working and on the go. And we can just go here if I can fly. It's a little bit laggy right now, and I'm just going to land in the scaffolding, hopefully, or not. Need to remove that scaffolding even. Let's see. There. Going to make a better platform, of course, but right now, there, and we can do it like this, so there. Now, I'm going to stand FK here, and you guys are going to go over back to the Blaze Farm. Okay, last segment of this episode. The Ghast farm is finished and so is the Blaze farm. We have only one more thing to do. What that is of course to make this a little bit unsafe, because I need to take away this layer here that's just below the spawner, and we have a lot of blazes down here right now, but it's needed, so I'm going to chug one fire resistance potion. I'm going to grab my trusty pickaxe, and then we're going to go up a little bit here and then bust our way through the floor, or the not the floor, the wall, and then just move around and try and take out as much as we can and not try and destroy the interior. That was wrong, very wrong. No, this is not good. Okay, need to take care of these blazes, and then we need to, or I went a little bit further than I thought. Okay, remove those and then that. So if I'm honest, I think it's easier to do it like this, maybe. I haven't thought of this. Move, you stupid things. Okay, so this is working, and I need my axe to remove that block and not use the bow to remove blocks. This is going fine. This is going fine, I promise you. There. And right now the farm is not working because we have a lot of angry blazes, and there I went up in level. Okay, we are not going to be able to do this, so move here and move that. Okay. Now our blazes have gotten away from this spot, and now we can just go down here into our killing chamber and kill those things. Okay, so I'm just going to take the mod again, and yeah, we have a lot of items, but since I've used stone pressure plates, it's going pretty well, because that's they don't use the weight to actually push those down. That was good. I didn't think of that when I did this, but it works. Okay, so we have one flaw with this farm, and that's is because we can have blazes around here right now. Mostly I think it's because they either have been pushed by me or something like that, or they can actually spawn there. Have to look into that. Either way, we can maybe take one more layer here and just remove that. I think I may have done the farm a bit too small or something, I don't know. But now we have a working blaze farm, and we have a lot of blaze rods now, and we're going to need those, because together with the ender pearls and the blaze rods we get blaze powder, of course, and that we are going to make Eye of Ender. And of course the Eye of Ender are going to be used in crystals to make our Rebirth of the Dragon once more, because that's what we're needed in the end hub. So we are pretty far on our journey now to get that end hub, and I'm really happy about it. This works really well as well, so I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I'm just going to back off here a little bit so I don't risk anything, and take a look at you guys, and hope once more that you have enjoyed the episode. If you did, consider leaving a like, maybe a subscribe, maybe even a comment on the episode to tell me what you liked about it. We'll see each other in the next episode. Goodbye.